Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Star Wars Stuff Podcast. My name is David,
Craig 5 standing by.
and this is where we talk all things Star Wars. And before we get started, we definitely want to thank all of our awesome Patreon supporters out there, starting with Liam McCallion, Kevin Leininger, Deb McCaffrey, Zach Netzel, Maya Morris, Adam Haver, Front Row King, Cam from Indiana, Mariana Atia Arnold, Rest Jedi 27, Alex Blundell, Indiana Solo, and BC Doomit. Thank you so much for your awesome love and support out there. And we also want to mention our big sponsor, Legion Sabers, legionsabers.com. Check them out. Use the code STUFF at checkout for 15% off. They have lightsabers, accessories, lightsabers you've never seen before, necklaces, a lot of cool stuff out there. Check them out, legionsabers.com. Use the code STUFF at checkout for 15% off. All right, so
join our Patreon.
Join our Patreon if you have the means. Yes.
Can we
the
play
big story?
Like some Sarah McLachlan, some like sad music in the background where this is David. Poor David.
Well, it's not about me. It's the podcast. We use that money we just paid StreamYard to host us for the month of January. So thank you so much for helping us out. That we don't have to pay for it. All of our supporters help pay for all the fees and expenses for the podcast. So thank you once again. So the big story, which
Minnesota fraud. Oh, sorry, different podcast.
So it came out this week, and I think the person was from Puck News that said that Kathleen Kennedy was finally going to step down and be replaced by Dave Filoni as the creative head, and a woman by the name of, do you remember the name? Lynwen Brennan, who's already on staff at Lucasfilm. I believe she is an executive already that's been kind of not the face of the executives like Kathleen Kennedy has. Of course, she's the president, but the rumor is it's going to be a Filoni-Brennan partnership. And we've talked about it before, how Filoni is probably best if he's like the creative head inside of the house, kind of like what DC does with James Gunn and Peter Safran. And then Lynwen Brennan runs the accounting and all that stuff. We've heard this before, not Lynwen Brennan, but we've heard that, yes, Kathleen Kennedy's going to step down at the end of the month, at the end of the year. It's been like 3 or 4 years now that we've been getting these rumors. So I'm not sure if we trust it. I'm not sick of it, but it's like, here we go again.
Yeah,
the rumor.
It's come out so many times over the years. It's like the boy who cried wolf. Right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. I'm not sure. Yeah, what to think or say about this? It's got to be very odd for Kathleen Kennedy to see this stuff and be like, well, no, I'm not leaving. I remember the most popular one was, it was said that at the end of Dial of Destiny, the last Indiana Jones film, she was going to step down. And then when it didn't happen, they said, no, it's going to be at the end of the year. That didn't happen. And she continued to be president up until currently. There's no
Emperor Palpatine pulled off.
Yeah, there's no official press release for this. Everybody's running with it, though. Like, it is happening. But like I said, we've been here before. And the common belief is that she's not going to retire, officially, fully retire from movie making. She'll still be producing. She'll still work at Lucasfilm most likely and produce films there. I'm fine with that. She's one of the greatest producers of all time.
I will lay down when this Star Wars crisis
Yeah, sounds really familiar there.
Right? And then but she's the one that creates the crisis with Last Jedi. And then she's like, well, do you really want me to step down now? And so they're like, I guess she's going to stay on board a little bit longer. Then she has another bad movie. Well, do you really want me to go? Then she brings you Andor. Well, she just brought us Andor. Things are going all right.
Yeah,
All a
it's
plot. I see through the lies of the Jedi.
yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like, well, okay. I mean, she's given us some great stuff, some not so great stuff, and some stuff that's just very head scratching, and some moves that were head scratching as well. Um, a lot of people will point to, oh, she hired and fired a lot of directors. Yeah, that's true, but sometimes we weren't really supposed to know the people that were there. We did know, and then she kind of got rid of them. Um, and then sometimes she kind of made these announcements, and it really was funny in Japan when Sean Levy was on stage and he's like, "We're for sure doing this. We're for sure doing this," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" He's like, "It's going into production next month or something," and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Or in like 3 or 4 months or whatever. Um, and I was like, "Yeah, they're saying that because I think people are now accustomed to like just not believing anything." Because of course it's like you said, the boy who cried wolf type scenario. So we'll kind of see what happens until we get that official press release that yes, she's stepping down and we get replacements. Um, Dave Filoni's a creative guy. He's not really studio head material, you would think. But of course, you have Lin-Manuel Brennan there. Then Filoni's been under Kathleen Kennedy. She's probably been mentoring him to kind of just pass Lucasfilm off. If he does become the co-studio head, I hope he shakes things up. I hope we don't stay the course. But then again,
What would he do differently?
I mean, start dropping the bombs. Start giving us Knights of the Old Republic. Put that into production. Do the Vader series or the Vader film.
I don't
Do a
think they're gonna
Plagueis
do it.
thing. I mean,
I don't.
it's like, come on. It's like there's all this stuff that they can be doing, and it's not like they have to do one thing at a time. They could all start just happening and start going. It's like, come on. And you of all people, I think, on the podcast can see this, but the fans are starting to put out better content than Lucasfilm. It feels like more thought provoking, and I mean, of course, it's AI in its infancy and everything, and that's a
And
huge
it's
controversy.
already there's some of it that's really good. Some of it's
Yeah,
you kind of have suspend a little disbelief
yeah,
to
yeah.
enjoy it. But some of it, I mean, considering where it's already at, and I often send them to David. I get them at my feet. I send them to David,
Yeah,
and there's just they're getting so good. You're seeing how Luke gets his crystal, and one of them, and one of that story. Did you see that one?
yeah. The Beggar's Canyon, sure.
Beggar's Canyon one. That one was really good. I mean, they're just getting so good, and we're getting what we wanted in many ways. We're getting our beloved characters, especially Luke. We've gotten a lot of Luke and some Vader stuff. There is the one with where we see what happens when the Empire gets to Cloud City before before Han and Leia. Have you seen that one? And Lando's there, and we see what happens to Lando behind the scenes.
He's in the Tabana gas mines walking around. Yeah.
That one was fantastic. And I can only imagine what it will look like by the end of this year. It'll probably look so good.
Yeah, it's gonna look almost indistinguishable from stuff that Lucasfilm can put out.
Yep. Sometimes the voices are off. A little bit. Certain characters are better than others.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're fantastic.
Yeah, they're spot on.
So I mean, we could start a whole separate podcast on AI stories and reviewing the newest AI stories instead of episodes of Star Wars that aren't coming out.
Yeah, it's gonna. I mean, it's gonna get to that point, and
I mean that's what some of the YouTubers are doing.
Yeah, a lot of people are doing that.
They're watching it and they're reacting to it.
Yeah. I mean, the technology is there. But like you said, yeah, it's not totally spot on, but it doesn't really bug me actually. I think a younger version of myself, yeah, it'd really bug, but I don't really care because I kind of want that stuff to be out and I want to
I think
see
it's
that
great.
stuff. Yeah.
I think it's great. And I know there's a lot of it they're like taking from comic books,
Hmm.
and like, so it was, as not obviously a movie, so it's not like canon in many ways, I'm sure,
Hmm.
but you're getting as close to that as, what normally would have just been a comic book you could flip through. Now you're seeing it come to life. I mean, that could be the next thing that you see, is instead of movies, you might see like short little stories by these writers. And you know what I mean? Like maybe even if it's like a 15-minute story or something, like a half an hour story, by Lucasfilm. I mean, that would be shaking things up, you know?
Yeah. I think the next big wave after we're going to get all the stuff with Luke, Leia, Han, it's going to be the novels that they're going to bring those to life.
Yep.
We've been talking about it for a long time on the podcast that some of these novels are going to make for really great adaptations for film. And the thing with like Bloodline, I know James and Mary talked about it last podcast, but you have Princess Leia in there and she's like the main character. And of course, we all know Carrie Fisher, she's passed away, but I mean, you could still have her in this film. And it's going to be a fan made film unless Lucasfilm Disney get their act together. It's like,
I mean, people can create a Carrie Fisher in a AI movie or video or whatever, and it looks better than Rogue One, Princess Leia.
yeah, yeah, that's
I
the other
mean,
thing too. Um, it's that thing where like a big corporation, like a big studio like Disney, Lucasfilm, they hire people to do certain things, and they have to buy licenses, they have to buy the technology or create the technology, but the technology is better outside of Lucasfilm at this point to do some of the stuff, but it's like they don't catch up to that or they don't buy it or they don't utilize it for whatever standards and practices reasons or whatever. And then I mean, the technology just keeps on getting better exponentially to the point where whenever the thing is released, there's something that exists that's better that they didn't utilize in time. Um,
yeah,
and
it's
yeah, I
moving.
want
It's
to.
moving
You know what?
quickly.
I am very surprised that no one has taken the ending of Rogue One with Leia and made it better. Made Carrie Fisher look more like Carrie Fisher.
Sure.
I haven't seen
Yeah.
that yet, unless it exists. I don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah, same thing. Same thing with Tarkin. Tarkin was pretty good in Rogue One, but I think they can clean him up a little bit. And a lot of people claim there's a lot of uncanny valley that appears there,
Or
but they
why
did a
not Luke?
terrific job.
Why not Luke at the end of Mandalorian?
Yeah, that's another huge one. That's a big one that they could probably clean up.
I mean, it doesn't seem like it would be very hard for them to do. I don't even understand why women
Yeah,
do it.
yeah, I totally agree. And yeah, someone could just like kind of swoop in, and it's almost like Lucasfilm's walls and everything is like closed. They're very like narrow. What happened?
Luke. We were just talking about Luke
Yeah. What
and
I
the
was saying
Mandalorian.
was,
But
yeah, I mean, it's almost like it, I'm from I work in information technology. And the weird thing to me when I started going to school for it and actually getting like properly educated was Linux. I was like, how does this even exist? And if you're not familiar with Linux, it's an operating system like Windows, but back in the day, years and decades ago now, it's an offshoot of Unix, which is a very very stable operating system and uses like command prompt. Linux introduced like the graphical user interface, like what Windows has, and you can still do command line stuff to do applications and give it commands and stuff. But it's open source, and what open source is, anyone in the world can go into the kernel in the code and manipulate it, and they can share it with the world, and everyone can add on to it or use it. That's what I think Lucasfilm needs to have their mind frame now. All these people are making great Star Wars things. You need to kind of like open it up to those people and be like, hey, wait, do not release that. Let's work together and refine it, and then we can release it. And of course, Lucasfilm Disney will make the money off of it because those are their copyrighted characters and future stories. So it's like, why don't they do that?
Well, I don't
That
know.
would be a smart business move.
I think they would have to be figuring out, how are we going to make money from this?
Put it on Disney Plus. Do a little theatrical run.
There was rumors that they were going to start allowing people to put Disney stuff on Disney Plus, right?
There's an AI thing that's going to be open to people to generate AI stuff with their copyrighted characters, and it was going to be okay, and it was going to be able to, people were going to be able to upload that stuff to Disney Plus, and I don't think we have all the ironed out details for all that, but it's interesting that Disney is doing AI stuff now, and I think they're working with Sora, so they got their kind of foot in the door now. So somebody said something.
We haven't seen anything new, since Andor, right? So, I mean, we have Mandalorian and Grogu. We'll have to see what they do with those movies. I've heard a lot of people complaining about how it looked in the trailers, right? Like, I'm like,
it looked fine to me.
You're complaining about the AT-AT falling off the edge or Grogu crawling through the tunnel. I'm like, what? That's what you're complaining about? Go back and watch Scorpion King.
Man, that was
give you something to cry about.
Yeah. Huh? I said that was horrible, man. The Scorpion King with the rock and a scorpion fused together, and it looked like it was like PlayStation graphics or something.
Can you pull up an image so people know what we're talking about? It'd be hilarious. If you haven't seen this movie, see, that's the kind of AI I had to see. And even when that came out, it was really bad. It was like, what is this? It was laughable.
Yeah.
It's so bad. So I don't know what people are complaining about on the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer. I mean, they've hardly shown anything. Give it a chance. I mean, they're being so negative about a new Star Wars movie. Why? Most people enjoy Mandalorian. Okay, it's frustrating that it's taken so long to get here, but now that it's coming, like let's enjoy it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna try and blow up this image here.
Oh man, it's brutal. If you've never seen the Scorpion King, this is some terrible CGI.
Let me see. Trying to find the right button here. Yeah, I'm gonna share the screen. Here it is. You ready? Brace yourself.
Oh man.
That's wild. That was in a movie.
Oh man. And if you think we're exaggerating, this is really how bad it looked.
Yeah.
It was so bad. I saw that movie in the theater.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater too. And there were like reports of it, and I was waiting to see how bad it really was. And yeah, this is not good. I was thinking it can't be that bad. But yeah, this was the third essential. Was it the third Mummy film, or was this like the fourth?
The second one. Was it not the second one?
Well, Scorpion King was its own movie, but it was in the Mummy universe, I believe.
But wasn't he in the second movie also?
Yeah.
He was at the end of the movie, right?
I don't remember. I don't really care too much about those films, but and it was so long ago, I don't remember
It
anymore.
did come out a while ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, but that's some now that I'll complain about, but I don't know what they're complaining about with Grogu crawling through a tunnel. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Let's just see how it looks.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Star Wars is going to be 50 years old, and I think most of us are in agreement that Star Wars is best when they use puppets. Grogu is a puppet, and I think maybe the complaining that we could tell it's a puppet. Maybe that's the thing. And there's CGI, and we've gone through it with Yoda. There's puppet Yoda, which was the initial release of the Phantom Menace, and then they retouched it all up on Disney Plus to have it full on, full blown CGI Yoda. And I don't know. I mean, to me, Star Wars is about puppets and practical sets and
That
that
episode
type
one
of
Yoda was hideous.
thing.
It
I
was
liked them.
hideous.
I
Huh?
still like them.
Oh, I hate it. I think it looks nothing like Yoda. It was like awful.
He was younger, Craig.
He was like 30 years younger, and he's like 900 years old. You don't age that much between 870 and 900.
His eyes were
He
more
looked horrible.
buggy.
The color looked different. It looked so bad.
Well, I mean, if all your students die in one night, Craig, it does something to you. So, yep, these are the two people that it's rumored that are going to control a galaxy far, far away.
Star Wars is a tough franchise. You know, because for me, it's George. It's George's vision. And he just has a way of creating things that are so unique and unusual. And so unless you have that extremely creative mind, it's hard to do, because it's like, okay, like you look at Clone Wars. I love Clone Wars, but Filoni is using a lot of the creatures that George created. You know what I mean? It's like they're always taking from what George did. Whereas with it was George, it was his vision. And I know he did it with ILM and you know, had a whole team and stuff. But I don't know. He would just, you know, oh, we're gonna do this pod racing thing in the middle of the desert, or we're gonna have, you know, a city in the clouds, or a giant slug-like creature, and then a monster living under the floorboards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's George's vision.
Yeah, it's his aesthetic.
And I think it's hard to tap into that, because you're trying to be respectful of somebody else's universe, but also create something more.
Right.
And so I don't know. I mean, I would love to see George come back and do something, but maybe he will.
Yeah.
I don't know. He has a great relationship with Filoni, so maybe he would.
What up, the Sabersmith Shop on YouTube? Nice of you to join
Talking
us.
Star Wars, we're talking rumors, we're talking Kathleen Kennedy and her. I feel like she needs to give that speech. It is great reluctance that I have agreed to this calling. I love Star Wars.
And I love the Republic.
Once this crisis has abated, I will lay down the powers you have given to me. And then she creates a new crisis.
Oh, geez. All right. So the next thing we want to talk about, it actually has something to do with the podcast, because we are actually going to go to a convention that's going to be held in Las Vegas. It'll be me, Mary, James, and Craig 5.
I don't know about that one. I mean, it would be nice to go, but
yeah.
Tell everybody what the convention is.
So it is called Level Up Con. It is an anime and gaming convention primarily. It's held in Las Vegas, and Legion Sabers is going to have a booth, and we are going to be podcasting, I believe, from a stage that they have rented at that convention. So you'll see me, Mary, and James
Oh,
up there.
I didn't realize they wanted to podcast us from a stage.
Yeah, I believe so. That's
Oh
the
wow.
information I
Okay.
got. So yeah, we'll
And
be up there, and I'm pretty sure we'll be live streaming it, and it should be a lot of fun.
most
I've actually
conventions they stuff us in a corner.
possibly, or we're gonna have like the whole like auditorium with like a lot of people.
Or
Who knows?
nobody.
Or yeah, that's a possibility. I mean, it isn't a. We haven't really done a convention that's not Star Wars predicated because we're always
Yeah.
doing Celebration and Rebel Scum Con and Space Con. So this is going to be something different. I mean, who knows?
But we appreciate Legion Sabers and them wanting to bring us along, and it's something different for us.
Yeah, for sure. And one of the big attractions in Vegas right now is the Sphere, and Lego just premiered their new smart brick technology, and they had a big event at the Sphere. And as you can see, that's a real picture. They made the Lego Death Star on the outside of the Sphere there, and they had a really big setup. You can see the Lego X-wing. Here you can see Palpatine, Lego Palpatine, and you could actually jump inside of that X-wing there, and a couple people did.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, really, really cool. And we talked about this guy a couple times here, Jackson Dart, who is I don't think that's him right there in the picture, but he's the quarterback of the New York Giants. He's a really big Star Wars fan. They invited him out there. Giants aren't in the playoffs, so he had free time. So he was there, and there's a big article on StarWars.com about this. I'm going to read some of it. It says, enter the Star Wars galaxy with the first Lego Smart Playsets update. That's no moon. It's Sphere turned into the Lego Death Star to mark the reveal of the new Lego Smart Brick, the innovative new technology that will bring Luke Skywalker's X-Wing, Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, and the Emperor's Throne Room toys to life through digital and physical play. Now you can enter the galaxy like never before, clashing lightsabers in Emperor Palpatine's throne room as the Imperial March plays on with Lego Smart Play, one of the most significant evolutions in the Lego system in play since the introduction of the Lego minifigure in 1978. With the Lego Smart Brick, Lego Smart Tags, and Lego Smart minifigures, the sets react in real time to bring an interactive play experience that is full of exploration and imaginative storytelling. Unveiled at CES 2026, which is always held in Vegas, in a presentation from the Lego Group, Asad Ayaz, Chief Brand Officer of the Walt Disney Company and President of the Disney Entertainment Marketing, and Dave Filoni, Chief Creative Officer of Lucasfilm. Lego Smart Play building sets will debut with Star Wars vehicles and locales, the perfect playground for epic storytelling, unforgettable characters, and endless brick-built adventures. To mark the occasion, the first of its kind Lego Star Wars themed live interactive game experience debuted on the Exosphere of Sphere in Las Vegas, created by Sphere Studios for the Lego Group and in collaboration with Disney Consumer Products and Lucasfilm. The experience celebrated the announcement of Lego Smart Play and the first building sets in the Lego Star Wars program. The experience brought the interactive nature of Lego Smart Play to life on an incredible scale, transforming the 580,000 square foot Exosphere into a stunning brick-built recreation of the trench run scene from Star Wars A New Hope. A select few were invited to take a seat in a Lego Star Wars-inspired X-Wing cockpit to experience the thrill of destroying the Death Star in Lego form, displayed on Exosphere, the world's largest LED screen. So here's some more pictures of some of these smart minifigs, and it looks like you can actually charge them on like a charging pad. If you take a look right there, there's a smart brick on that yellow rectangle. Seems pretty cool.
They're kind of interesting. They make some. I think that the interesting thing is that as you play with them, it changes the noises and stuff.
Yeah, I think dependent on what vehicle or place or what figure you put on them, the sound effects will change. So yeah, looks like there's Leia at the command center there, and it looks like you twist it to get music and sound effects. It doesn't seem like it's film accurate effects though. It's just kind of like Lego generic effects. That was the thing that kind of caught me. Like I was like, okay, well,
Yeah, it is odd.
they're not going like full blown Star Wars mode. But a lot of people love Lego. A lot of people are into it. So I'm happy for you guys. And Lego is already like ultra expensive. And it's like when they put smart bricks in these things, it's gonna be like, man, how much more are these toys gonna cost? But yeah, I don't collect them, so it's expensive.
Yeah, I
hobby
think
for
a
me.
lot of people are gonna like them. I
Yeah.
think it will have an interest. I'm not sure how much it'll grow though.
Yeah. We shall see. The next story here, Star Wars Starfighter. So there was a very kind of interesting story that kind of popped up, and it's one of those things where for every Mando Grogu story, we get 2 Star Wars Starfighter stories, and it's like, it feels like the more anticipated film is Starfighter at this point, but we got this picture, and I'm not sure if this is a real picture per se, but this dropped, and as you can see there, it's Tom Cruise, and the caption is Tom Cruise stopped by the set in his helicopter, grabbed a camera, and got into a muddy pond to capture a lightsaber duel. And you can see Sean Levy in the background there. And like I said, I don't know if this is real or not, but if it is, it's kind of interesting. We're on a planet where it looks sort of like the woods, but of course there's water. There's going to be a lightsaber duel. I guess that's a little bit of a spoiler for Starfighter. And I know
I
you,
was
Craig.
surprised.
Yeah, I know you.
Honestly, I thought it was gonna be like about pilots and only about pilots, like a Top Gun kind of movie or something like
Yeah,
that. So I was really surprised to hear there was a lightsaber duel.
I thought we were going to get lightsabers. I didn't think it was all going to be like dogfighting stuff because, to me, first of all, I think that's kind of expensive. ILM would have to do a lot of work. I would love to see that type of movie. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's feasible really for them. But yeah, lightsaber duel filmed by Tom Cruise. I'm glad he's into it. We know the DP of Top Gun Maverick is the DP of this film, so there's a connection there. Has Sean Levy worked with Tom Cruise
I don't know.
in any capacity?
Maybe one of our listeners would know the answer to that.
Yeah. Feels like they have, but I'm trying to think, what did they do together? I'm not sure. So yeah, Tom Cruise can now sign autographs at Star Wars conventions now. So that'd be kind of cool.
Like
And-
he goes to conventions.
Well, I mean, he's gonna have to slow down at some point. So, and I know he did this to hang out on the movie set, and he grabbed a camera and started filming. So yeah, he's all about movies and making movies. It'd be nice to see him. It'll be nice, and I keep on bringing this up because I want it to happen because I'll be there in LA at Star Wars Celebration. But I would love to see all the big time celebrities that got influenced by Star Wars to be there at Celebration and kind of introduce the filmmakers and the people that created the original trilogy and the prequels and the sequels and everything. All the people that have been involved, have them all on one big stage, all the directors. It would be fantastic. And I think Tom Cruise would be one of those people that would say, hey, look, Star Wars influenced me in a big time way. Same thing with James Cameron. Same thing with just about everyone in that kind of like pocket of like 80s, 90s films. All those creators. So I would love to see that and honor Star Wars I think to the highest level, because without Star Wars, we don't have a lot of this stuff. This was the jumping off point for many, many minds and many people that it gave them what they needed to become who they are. And the Hollywood industry, I mean, we wouldn't have ILM. You wouldn't have all
We
these.
wouldn't have the Star Wars Stuff podcast.
Yeah, we wouldn't have the Star Wars Stuff podcast, but I don't know. We'd probably be a different podcast. But they did have the Golden Globes tonight. I'm not sure if they're still airing.
The Golden Girls. We were going to be the Golden Girls podcast. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm in.
Yeah. The Sabersmith Shop says Tom Cruise is now canon. Yes, Tom Cruise is canon. He counts. He can sign that celebration now. So yeah, the Golden Globes happened tonight, and they had a new category, Best Podcast. So they handed out a statue. Fortunately, we weren't nominated, so we didn't go to the Golden Globes. I think Mary and James might have been hanging out. But I believe Amy Poehler's podcast won, and Amy's hosted the Golden Globes before. She was really funny in her acceptance speech. And yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe one day we get nominated.
Could be 2026.
Could be. And the funny thing is, Snoop Dogg gave the award out.
Well, I mean, George Lucas should give us our podcasting award next year.
And Snoop Dogg was actually in an Adidas commercial featuring the original trilogy Cantina. I don't know if you remember that. It had David Beckham in it. It had why am I forgetting their names? Daft Punk was in it. You got to see Ponda Baba and Dr. Evazan and Chewy and a lot of the Cantina aliens. It was really well done, really cool. So yeah, check it out if you want to check it out on YouTube. It's there. I haven't seen it in a long time. Who knows? It might not be there. But yeah, it was really well done. Really underrated, under-talked about. All right. So the next thing, I think it's a topic that Craig really wanted to sink his teeth into.
Actually, I tried to hold myself together and behave myself.
Okay, here we go.
I try to behave myself. I like to be positive with Star Wars. I want to be pro Star Wars.
Yeah.
But if there's anything that makes me angry, it is Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi, what they did to his character and the main characters in the sequel trilogy. It still makes my blood boil. But, that's because I care. I care about the characters. I care about, those movies and what they did with the legacy with them. So that's why, I mean, a lot of people don't care, but it just makes me nuts because I'm like, you want to share Mark's comments first?
I don't think I have them. I thought you had them.
Oh, well, essentially they said he was at some round table kind of discussion where I think there was a bunch of actors there, and they asked him, was there one actor you would like to have worked with in the sequel trilogy? And he said, Harrison Ford, of course. And then he kind of pulled away and says, but no one listens to me. And it's incredibly unfortunate because what they don't understand at Disney is that we don't care what your agenda is. We don't care what you're trying to force down our throats. We care about the characters that we love, and we waited 30 years to see them again and for them to be the central part to the story. Yes, we know there's going to be new characters, but we don't want them murdered in the first episode, not appearing in the first episode. I mean, and just, they told Mark Hamill, it's not Luke's story anymore. Well, guess what? You learn the hard way that it was Luke's story in a lot of ways. Luke, Han, Leia, the droids, Lando, That's who we wanted to see. And had you done that in episode 7, we would have understood that there would have been a transition somewhat in 8 and 9. But we didn't want those characters pushed off to the side like they didn't matter, or having their legacy destroyed. I'm sorry, Luke Skywalker is not going to murder his nephew in his sleep like Palpatine did. That's what Palpatine did. Did you guys see Revenge of the Sith? Palpatine murdered his apprentice in his sleep, not Luke Skywalker, who saw the good in his father, who was like a mass murdering nut job, right? So people are still angry about that, and they're not going to ever let that go. I mean, it's been how many years? I see the comments online, and they're still really angry about that. I think the best thing they could do is give us some projects with those characters. Harrison is still with us. Mark Hamill is still with us. De-age them, use their voices, do whatever like they did with Indiana Jones or Book of Boba Fett. Give us some of that, so it makes us happy to see what we were hoping to get. So I am fully on board with, we needed to see our characters together, and we didn't get that. And Disney can ignore it all they want, but I'm sure they can't ignore the money that they're not making from Star Wars because of it. You know, I try to be really pro Star Wars. I want to say that. I was really positive about The Acolyte. I was, you know, a lot of people were really bashing it, and I was trying to defend that. I thought it was interesting and doing some good stuff. But when it comes to what they did with the sequel trilogy, it just really still upsets me. So I'm behind Mark Hamill on this one.
You know, we were talking about the AI stuff earlier. I mean, we're gonna get the sequel trilogy from the fans here pretty soon, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And many different people are gonna make this sequel trilogy, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna use the Duel of the Fates script from Colin Trevorrow, and maybe get bits and pieces from what Lucas wanted to do that Disney rejected and said, no, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do something for the fans instead, and instead of having Darth Talon and Darth Maul and midichlorian speech or stuff going on with that.
How do our listeners feel about it? Are they vocal about the sequel trilogy?
Yeah, let's pose that question, everyone that's listening. What do you guys, I mean, we're 10 years out from The Force Awakens now.
Wow.
What do you guys feel today about the sequel trilogy? That's the big question for this podcast. So if you want to comment on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, if you want to go directly there, or on YouTube, comment below. Tell us what you thought about the sequels at this point in time, because and we have a lot of hindsight now, and looking back on it, was it what you thought it was going to be? Is it what you want? Feels like it's set in stone, so it is there. It does exist.
Yeah, it's very frustrating for me. I love Star Wars. I want to love Star Wars. I never thought it was possible that I would walk out of a Star Wars movie and never want to see it again. Honestly, I refuse to watch it a second time. I'm so mad that they would do that. And I can't even watch it. It just makes my blood boil. And I watch Star Wars all the time. I watch the originals. I'll watch the prequels. I'll put on, Mandalorian, or, occasionally the Book of Boba Fett episode with Luke, but man, I just don't have any interest in the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, Travis on YouTube says, I hated Rise of Skywalker, but as time went on, I've made my peace with it and can see it as a 9-film saga.
Interesting. It's interesting to me that people are more okay with Last Jedi than Rise of Skywalker. For me, I thought Rise of Skywalker was okay. I mean, I don't really go back and watch it, but it doesn't really bother me like Last Jedi did. But I think they just were like, they knew how angry everybody was. They're like, what are we going to do to fix this?
Yeah.
and Carrie passed away, unfortunately. So that was horrible.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Yeah, on Instagram over at Star Wars Stuff Pod, the Chris.atx says, I can see the point of view, but that ship has sailed, and I'm an OT guy.
Yep. I mean, is there? They keep saying, "Oh, well, people, came around on the prequels, and they're going to come around on the sequels." I don't see it happening. I don't see a lot of people that love the sequels, and if they do, I mean, I don't think they're too emotionally invested with the original trilogy.
When the prequels came out, I was more invested in liking the prequels than I think mostly everyone around me. And I never thought we would ever see this era where the prequels were so loved and beloved. And James and I will kind of ponder on the podcast, will the sequels ever be like this? Because if you saw them as kids, then you grow up kind of like all these prequel adults now. They were kids when it came out. Now they're adults, and now they share the love for it. You're saying that no, that's not going to happen.
I don't think it's happening. I do not think that's going to happen with the sequel trilogy. I don't think it's going to age well. I mean, okay, so let's think about it. With the prequels, episode 1 had some awesome stuff with the pod racing and the duel with Darth Maul, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody really talks about the duel in I can't. Sorry, my cat's distracting me. Episode 7. You don't really talk about the duel with Kylo Ren because people are like annoyed. They're like, "How did she defeat Kylo Ren, who's been trained by?" Here's Cosmo. He's opinionated on it too. Cosmo, what do you want to say about Last Jedi? So you have that, and Darth Maul was really cool. Now I think a lot of people like Adam Driver, but not as much as they did with Darth Maul. Darth Maul had a huge following. Then you have, Attack of the Clones has awesome Jedi. You see Yoda fight. You see Count Dooku, Anakin, Obi-Wan fight.
Mm-hmm.
And then Last Jedi is the comparative, right, for the middle one.
Right.
It's like, and then Rise of Skywalker. People don't ever talk about that lightsaber duel. Or and half the people are like, why did Palpatine come back? Somehow, what? So I just don't. But comparatively, we have Revenge of the Sith, which is amazing, right? And the lightsaber duel is incredible, and Palpatine versus Yoda. So I just don't see it happening because of that reason. When you really compare the two trilogies,
yeah. I said Travis is asking a question.
It is a Maine Coon. It is a Maine Coon, yeah. And this is the small one I have. The other one's literally about a head taller. But Maine Coons are great cats. I've said that before. Yeah. They're very friendly.
So Travis on YouTube says, I think of the moment when Poe is warning Leia and Lando appears, the Force theme playing the first time it played for someone other than a Skywalker or act of the Force.
What part is he talking about?
When Leia dies, right?
Lando appears? Where does I mean,
no. I think what he's talking about when the end battle over Exegol.
Oh, and Lando comes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And when he says, "There's more of us, Poe. There's more of us," I think.
And then Wedge is in that part, right?
That's and then the audience doesn't know that Wedge can't fly anymore because that's in the books, and that's why he's a gunner.
Oh, I didn't know that either. Like, why would
that was like my first question. I was like, why isn't he piloting?
Why would they not make Wedge fly?
I don't know. Something happened. I remember somebody told me that, he can't fly anymore. And I'm like, okay, well, if I don't know it, a lot of people aren't going to know it in the theater. And like, why is it like that?
I didn't know it till right now.
Well, you didn't ask that question when you saw Wedge in the gunner spot. It's like, I mean, it's such a great pilot. Why isn't he flying?
I don't know. I guess I didn't at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I don't know why I didn't think of that at the time. I guess I was so happy to see Wedge. I was like, Wedge! You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you be able to fly? That doesn't even make any sense.
I don't know. Something happened to him physically, I think. Travis says, I chose to see it not as all the characters we love dying, but this acceptance of death and whether it stops the last hero from fighting, which it doesn't.
Is he talking about Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah, I think he's talking about that.
I don't know. I just don't think the sequels are going to be beloved for like the prequels.
Yeah. So it feels. Travis says Lando is that legend that comes through in the end, like Luke leading the Resistance, like Leia in the Falcon with Chewie, like Han. He becomes his friends and lives for them.
I mean, I'm definitely glad Lando showed up in Rise of Skywalker. It was like, where is he in episode 7 and episode 8? What?
Yeah, Travis says when Poe is telling Leia's corpse his doubts about being a leader, and Lando appears telling him they pulled it off so he can. See, we don't even remember Rise of Skywalker that well.
It's been a while since I've watched it.
Yeah, it's God. They could have really plus that film in specific spots without spending a whole lot of money, and they probably made it so baseline of what that story should have been that it became what it became.
Sadness.
Sadness. More head scratching for me. I was like, shouldn't this, if this is the climactic movie of 3 trilogies, wouldn't it be like really big and like this really like epic thing? I mean, Palpatine's powers were super epic.
That was like nuts.
Yeah, you could say
that was like nuts.
Yeah,
and
he was like
no.
God Palpatine.
I really have no desire to watch a sequel trilogy. And I hope they move away from it. That's the best thing I think they should do for Star Wars. And if they want money, they should focus on Mandalorian timeline, focus on something else, and get away from it. The sooner the better. You've dragged it on for too long. Sorry, I know there's some sequel supporters out there. Enjoy them. Enjoy the sequels and what you got. But if you really care about Star Wars, it should go in a different direction, in my opinion.
Yeah, the Saber Smith Shop says on YouTube, do you think they'll chalk up the sequels as what if series and return to the original?
I don't
think so, but you never know. The world's crazy. You never know what'll happen.
I don't think it's going to happen. And, you know, now that we don't have Carrie any longer, I think that plays into it somewhat.
Yeah.
You know?
But we have AI Carrie.
That's true. That's true. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think it's done a lot of damage to the brand, and you know, Disney should hire people to go through the comments online and look at the posts and see for themselves.
Yep. I've been saying that for a long time. So I found out my favorite basketball team, the San Antonio Spurs, they have a massive social media department with a massive amount of people running their social media.
Really?
And it's like, if they do it, why isn't Lucasfilm doing the same thing? Because they put out clips and shorts and interviews and this and that and highlights. And it's like, okay, well, it makes sense now that it's not just like 1 or 2 people running this thing. It's like a whole massive team, and it's people outside of Texas that do it, that came in to work on it. So I don't know why they did that, but I guess, I don't know, bias, who knows.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I was just thinking maybe Disney has done that with their influencers.
Yeah, maybe that's where they're spending their budget on the influencers.
I
Saber
mean,
Smith Shop says
it's
Ghost Bros
certainly
good.
possible. I don't know.
Yeah.
They should right the ship and start focusing on positive podcasters like us.
No.
You know, we'll steer them in the right direction.
The Chris.atx says on Instagram, the ire around The Last Jedi is subsiding. Just like with the prequels, time helps you see things from a different point of view. He also says, no, it's when Poe is talking to Leia's body after she passed away, and then Lando comes up from behind to talk to Poe. Yeah.
I thought the saddest part was when Chewbacca starts wailing and falls to his knees.
Yeah,
That's
you hear the Chewbacca wail. Yeah.
That was the saddest part. Like that part gets me more.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah, that's tough.
Chewbacca, don't cry. It was awful. That was brutal. And then, seeing Han Solo, even though it was a memory or whatever.
I did like that choice that they made. Yeah, you can't be a Force ghost, but it's kind of an artistic type of choice they made there with that. Travis on YouTube says, imagine Rey becoming powerful enough to reach into the Force, concentrate all the energy of someone gone into a physical form like that of Han. That would be cool. Well, I mean, I think they got a lot. So they have the setup of the dyad type thing, and that's how you can kind of explain how Rey is so powerful and that she has powers without the training and all that stuff. But you lost Ben Solo, Kylo Ren. He's gone. But then again, if they're powerful, maybe they can resurrect him. But then again, they shot down Adam Driver's script for The Hunt for Ben Solo. So Iger and I forgot the other guy's name. They didn't understand how Ben Solo could come back from death. So they shut it down. That's where we're at with that. And Daisy really is doing the rounds for her new zombie film, Australian zombie film. And she will say it'll be worth the wait for her film. So she's under the impression that we're going to get that Jedi Order film, the new Jedi Order film, where she's the, I guess, the teacher, the only teacher. I don't know. And Sean Levy keeps on saying that Starfighter does not connect to anything that we've seen in the past.
When did Starfighter take place?
5 years after the Battle of Exegol. So right after Rise of Skywalker.
Really? Oh, for some reason I didn't think that's where it was in the timeline.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mandalorian and Grogu is coming out. Nobody seems to be talking about it. We haven't been hardly given any information about it. They need to give us some stuff to get people hyped for this movie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for every one Mando story, there's going to be 2 Starfighter stories, and that film is more than a year away, and Mando Grogu is in months, which is crazy to say.
That's what I'm saying is we need to be seeing some Mando stuff.
Yeah, it's like when are we going to get a marketing blitz? Are we going to get the Denny's tie-in? What are we going to get for that? Travis on YouTube says, E.T. species exists in Star Wars. Interestingly, he's able to levitate things, heal, and physically connect with Elliot, feeling what he feels, including drunk. That's kind of a Force dyad. So do you think JJ got his idea from E.T.?
I think he flipped a coin.
Jeez. Gosh.
Is she a Skywalker or a Palpatine? Wait.
It landed on its side miraculously. She's both.
What if he said both, sir? Huh? I wanted to say a name. I'm not going to say a name. I wanted to say a name.
Yeah. And
Oh, yeah.
also, I mentioned the Golden Globes earlier. They had the first ever podcast category. So I don't think Andor won anything. I don't know, chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but we did get one of our favorite Andor actors to win a Golden Globe tonight. Not for Andor, for another film. Stellan Skarsgård won Best Supporting Actor, I believe.
He was amazing.
Yeah.
He's a great actor. He's also in Chernobyl. It's like a 9 or 10 episode miniseries on HBO. Absolutely incredible. Have you seen that? Chernobyl?
I haven't seen it, no.
Oh, David, you have to watch it immediately. It's incredible. And Lonnie is also in it.
Ah, okay.
He's also one of the, I don't want to say he's one of the main characters, but he's got a pretty interesting role in it. But
Mm.
excellent miniseries. Go look at the reviews on like Rotten Tomatoes. It's one of the highest rated shows of all time. I watched it at least 3 or 4 times. It's so good.
Yeah, I think it's one of those shows I have to kind of be in the mood for, and then I can binge watch it too.
No, dude, trust me, it's incredible. It's a really intense drama.
Yeah. I'm not always looking for intense stuff though, Craig.
Trust me, man. You're
I
gonna
need
love
to
this show.
I hear about the news of the world and I gotta like lift my spirits with something. I don't want to watch something called Chernobyl.
Well, and then here we are talking about The Last Jedi.
You're talking about The Last Jedi. I didn't say anything.
Sorry, Mark Hamill brought it up from a certain point of view.
So yeah, Stellan Skarsgård did win a Golden Globe tonight, not for Andor, for a much smaller project. Also, Diego Luna was up for Best Actor in a TV miniseries, and I think he lost to Noah Wiley for The Pit. I think that's
what is The Pit? I don't even know what it is.
It's like a very realistic emergency room TV show.
Okay.
And they say it's the most realistic that any show's ever gotten, to injuring yourself and going into an ER.
Now, the irony is that one of my, well, you know, our friend Brian.
Yeah.
He said the most realistic doctor show was Scrubs.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So, yeah. I thought that was hilarious.
That's kind of scary, but yeah. I'm looking through the chat here.
A lot of complaints.
The Sabersmith says if Marvel can bring back Superman from the dead, surely Star Wars can bring back Sully. Yes, I agree. Travis says the canonicity of E.T. to Star Wars is questionable, but it made me imagine if the first Force beings sought out and awakened the Force in others, which seems like what the Force was meant to be used for. Mangold's film is gonna make or break Star Wars. It almost feels like, because I think that might be a turning point there, but no real news about that Mangold first ever Jedi film. I think Mangold's got a couple more projects to do.
I don't know. Like I said, the thing for Star Wars is it's a really unique type of genre, and they're exploring different sides of it now. You know, to me, it's this. I mean, what they did with Andor was incredible, but that writing was phenomenal. The acting was incredible, but for the most part, I felt like Star Wars should be more like a fairy tale.
Yeah,
like kind of what we saw in Empire Strikes Back,
like The Mandalorian.
or Mandalorian.
Here's the new image they released. Does this get you hyped up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. What ship is that? Look at that hallway there. That hallway reminds me of the Falcon.
Yeah. Might be a new tricked out Razor Crest there.
Who's on the left? Look at that screen on the bottom left. Almost looks like Harrison Ford.
Screen on the bottom left?
No. Look to the left side. Do you see the blue screen?
Oh yeah, that's my wall.
What?
That's
Oh,
my wall.
on my end, I can't even see. It looks like it's still connected.
Yeah, no, that's my wall. Luke is
So it
over
was
here.
Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. What is? Maybe it is on the Falcon.
That'd be wild.
Well, at least I wasn't wrong. It looked like it was still a continuation from the ship, and then that was just like it was like two blue screens on the because they're blue. They were blue when they were up, right?
Yeah, Travis
So,
on YouTube has a good theory that he thinks he's on the Ghost in this picture.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. So, would that mean? I guess that would mean Zeb, but is this taking place after season 1 of Ahsoka? So we would see Ezra and Zeb and Hera and Chopper.
Honestly, I haven't even really thought about that. I really never took the time to think about all that. It's just like taking it in stride here.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying is like we get so little to go off of that, with like the prequels, we would get like an image of an alien and we'd be talking about it for 6 weeks and be like, "Oh my god, we think it's this and that." But it's like we don't have anything to really go off of.
Yeah. Travis says on YouTube, scratch that the interior of that ship doesn't really match the Ghost as much as I imagine it did.
Somebody listening probably knows what ship that is.
Probably. All right, Craig, is there anything else that you wanted to bring up?
Let's see. Well, we didn't have a lot of news go on. Hopefully we'll get some new stuff soon. I mean, Mandalorian, we got a new Star Wars movie coming out in 4 months. 4 months.
Yeah.
And we've only seen one trailer and a trailer with 10% more.
Yeah, we've seen trailer remixes. Yeah. Maybe the Super Bowl is going to be the big push.
Why would you not release a trailer now and let us have it for a few months to build the hype? I feel like Disney doesn't get us Star Wars fans yet and how we could get obsessed. Like, remember with like the prequel trilogy, it was like, get a Mace Windu figure. That came out months before the movie. Where is the merchandise? Where are the figures? I've heard nothing. I've seen nothing.
See, Travis on YouTube brings up a good point, and nobody's talking about this. He says on YouTube, if we're seeing Jabba's son, it would be a shame not to see Ahsoka. She rescued him as a baby and imagining he became a gladiator. Idolizing Jedi because of that would be interesting. You would think that there has... I mean, it's Filoni. He was in charge of the Clone Wars movie.
But Ahsoka is not around if it takes place after season 1. She's in the other universe.
I don't know. Maybe we got to just look that up.
And I would think this is going to take place after season 1 so they could somehow tie in Thrawn. You know? And connect it to Thrawn and what they're doing with Ahsoka season 2.
All right. Ahsoka season 1 runs concurrently with The Mandalorian season 3 and the Book of Boba Fett, taking place around 9 ABY, about 5 years after Return of the Jedi, with Ahsoka season 2 continuing this timeline, picking up after the first season's cliffhanger, as Ahsoka, Sabine, and Hu Yang navigate the galaxy, and with Thrawn's return likely overlapping The Mandalorian season 4. Does that answer your question?
Not really.
Ahsoka
'Cause
season
where's the
1 and Mando
movie?
season 3 occur around. So it's like right there, man.
I think Ahsoka is still in the other galaxy when Mandalorian and Grogu take place.
In simple terms, Ahsoka season 1 is happening at the same time as Mandalorian season 3, with the Ahsoka series continuing the narrative directly from the events where the first season left off, keeping pace with the broader Mandoverse timeline. So yeah, this could be right before season. Well, in season 1, they go to the next galaxy or whatever.
Yeah, and I think that's where they're
So
going to be.
yeah, we might have a lost opportunity there for
It will be very
Ahsoka to reunite with
confusing for a
Stinky.
lot of people if Ahsoka is all of a sudden back. Misa back.
Yeah, I mean, I would want surprises in this Mando and Grogu film. I think a couple of them have been leaked already, but I want
Really?
to see. Yeah,
I haven't heard any of the leaks.
we talked about them on the podcast. You probably just glossed over them, but I mean they're rumors, but they're more trusted than not rumors. So yeah, I want to be surprised in this film, and I don't know if that's in the cards or not. I just don't want to be like, oh, look, there's that one thing we saw in the original trilogy. Wow, it's the chessboard come to life. Wow, I got a feeling we're gonna get more surprises, but I want to see something big.
I think we're gonna.
I want to see something like revelatory.
I think it's gonna be great. We haven't seen a lot, and so I think that's why there's not a lot of excitement for it. But to me, what I keep going back to in my mind is what Favreau did with Iron Man in that initial Iron Man movie. That was
that was that was lightning in the
huge.
bottle. But it's hard to recreate.
But he does that. He did it with Elf. He does
it No, he didn't do it with Elf, apparently. He stuck to the script. And Will Ferrell said, "Let me improvise."
No,
and Favreau said no.
The way that it looked aesthetically.
Oh, okay.
Is what I thought he did great with.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like we're gonna see it again. I feel like with Favreau and Filoni's like, I don't know if we should do that. And Favreau's like, I think we should. You know what I mean? Like, should we give him Luke Skywalker? And Filoni's probably like, I don't know. And Favreau's like, it makes sense. I think we should do it. Can we do this? Let's do this.
Zach says, will Thrawn be smarter in season 2? We will see Grogu swimming. Isn't that big? A puppet swimming. That's kind of crazy.
So they're not excited about Mandalorian and Grogu, it sounds like.
Yeah, Travis on YouTube says they speculate Ahsoka season 2 starts before the Mando movie crosses over with it.
Look, you have a character like Mandalorian who he doesn't like to take off his helmet.
Yeah.
And so it's different to see a character like that for, a short period in like a TV show. But will audiences connect with a character that has his helmet on the whole time and, a little green guy that doesn't even speak?
Yeah.
So that means to me, you have to have other compelling characters. You have to have a lot of action, and there's got to be some excitement there.
Yep.
Otherwise, what is he going to be doing? Sitting around at a bar? He can't even drink.
It almost feels like there's going to be a certain situation where Grogu's going to be on his own and he's got to rescue Mando. Like Mando's imprisoned and they make him a gladiator. And that's why you see that shot with him and the speeder with the Anzellans, because he knows them and they go on a mission, and then that's when you see shoot the rat in the sewer in the eye, and them walking by themselves.
You know what they could do? Why not do internal shots of
Mhm.
Pedro Pascal like they do with Iron Man?
Yeah, they could do that, and then
That would
the
really help them with not having someone with their helmet on all the time, unless he's gonna take it off now.
yeah, the sarcastic and snarky people will be like, "Well, is Pedro even there?"
Yeah. Well, why not do that? I mean, look at how they did that with Iron Man all the time. You know, just the shots of him, and that
Yeah.
worked. That worked.
Maybe it's just too expensive for TV.
I'm saying for this movie.
Yeah, that would be something different. But I mean, if you believe all those rumors where Pedro got mad where he couldn't take off his helmet, you could see his face more.
I didn't hear that rumor.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. And at first I didn't believe it. I thought it was just weird and out of left field. But then I heard someone say, yeah, there was something to that. And I was like, okay, I don't know exactly what, but.
Okay, that's interesting. I don't think I heard that rumor.
Yeah, Travis on YouTube says there's a reason people were mad when Halo showed Master Chief's face. Part of the investment is mystery. You connect with Mando the moment he reaches out to Grogu's finger in the first episode. Yeah.
Sure.
But I think we're kind of past that point a little bit, though. I mean, we're not all like, let's see Pedro Pascal in the armor. I think we're kind of past that. We've seen it. We've been there, done that. That's not something we're waiting for.
So where were we? Because I haven't watched season 3 in a while. Is he able to take the helmet off? Is he not? I mean, he's got the dark saber. He said you should be like, I have the dark saber. This is what's we're gonna do.
So yeah, Mando is with Grogu on Navarro, and they have their own little hovel, and it's like he's retired. But I think the synopsis for the film is that he wants to do better, and he joins the New Republic. He wants to help the good guys, so he decides to help out the New Republic, and that's why he meets up with Sigourney Weaver's character named Ward, and then the adventure continues from there.
I don't know. I know it seems like a lot of people have low expectations for this movie, but
and I think that's good to have low expectations, because then if they get a good film, they'll be like, wow, it's actually maybe Star Wars is coming back. Maybe this is a step in the right direction. And then if Starfighter's great, oh my gosh, Star Wars is going to be back. And then Celebration hits. And then if we have a big spectacle for that, I hope it's not the equivalent of Rise of Skywalker, where it's not a big spectacle when it should be.
Well, let's see. So when is Starfighter coming out?
May 2027.
And when is Celebration?
I think it's April.
No, that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah. Here's Celebration April 1st through the 4th. April Fool's Day, Craig.
Woohoo!
Are we going to get fooled?
For Star Wars.
And then we got the Mandalorian Grogu. That trailer in IMAX is pretty good. There's a lot of detail.
I'm excited for it. I'm gonna stay positive. It balances out my Last Jedi.
All right. I think on that note, we will hopefully get some new stuff to talk about next podcast. We know a few people are out for specific reasons right now, but hopefully they join us next podcast. And they're probably watching us right now. So
no, they've got all of things to do.
No, they don't. Um,
I don't know which is more insulting.
wasn't meant as an insult,
I
but
know, I'm kidding.
yeah. So if you are watching us on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you for watching us on Instagram. I think they may have ended the video already. I got a weird notification from them saying that we only had an hour. But yeah, find us on Instagram at Star Wars Stuff Pod, Twitter at Stuff Pod, Blue Sky at Star Wars Stuff.bsky.social, Threads, we're at Star Wars Stuff Pod, Patreon, like Craig mentioned. You can find us at Star Wars Stuff Podcast 2187. We're also on TikTok, Star Wars Stuff Podcast. Our email is starwarstuffpodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook at a couple of places. We have a group and a page. And
sign up for the Patreon for Cosmo. Do it for don't do it for David. Forget David. Do it for this
Cosmo
guy.
needs his shots. Also, write a review and give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And yeah, check us out. We're all over the web. And thank you for joining us. Thank you for supporting us. And for Craig 5, my name is David.
And Cosmo.
And Cosmo. May the Force be with you.
Always.
This is the way.
Say something, Cosmo. Now he's going to be quiet. Because he's laying down.
We've spoken and purred.
This is the purr.